Do not post your referral code in the comment section below, otherwise this will happen to you this winter. Hey guys, JBO785 here. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of a complicated subject that I know actually is one of the core foundations of the Rage of Bahamut game, and that is the Rage of Bahamut economy. Much like the real life economy, it basically boils down to the high school economics of supply and demand. If the supply is low and the demand is high, the price will increase, and then vice versa, the price will decrease. So, a couple of examples that I'm going to be giving you today are Mystic Fairy, Shield Angel, Fairy Princess, Aspie, Archangel Queen, Devil Queen, and then a card that is not yet released in America, which is the Mini Devil Queen, and how that's all tied in. Now, guys, one thing that starts to get really complicated, and honestly there's not a lot of information out there, is skill levels, okay? Now, as a lower-level player, skill levels really doesn't really matter that much. But as you start to get into the SR, SSR, and especially the legendary status, because at legendary status, that card will most likely never come out of your deck, or will not come out of your deck for a very long time. That's when skill level makes a really big difference in winning a game and winning a battle. So, just a couple key foundations and notes on this, which you can get on RageShadeBlogspot.com. This is one of the main tabs at the very front page that you can click on. Is it will give you a breakdown of what the boost will do. As you can see, massive boost is anywhere from 15 to 40%, and that all changes. But one key factor is this. Per level increase, the amount of damage that you do and the amount of damage that you reflect, so like in a defense deck, is increased by 1%, okay? And on top of that, the percentage of that skill going off also increases, as you can read right here. Now this is where things start to get a little bit fuzzy, and that's because it's translated from the Japanese version. But as you can see, a card that only affects one type will actually have a greater boost than a card that affects both attack and defense, or affects multi-realms, okay? So you can see here that the difference is quite astounding, 8% to 13%, or 10% to 15%, which can make a huge difference when you're fighting somebody that's, really close to your own level. And as you can see, a self-attack and defense card, which those cards typically seem pretty horrible, can boost itself up by a massive 40% bonus on a massive boost. So if you have a card that's 25,000 attack, but only boosts itself, you might think, well, that's pretty crappy. But if it boosts itself by 40%, then it's actually one of the strongest cards in the game after it boosts. So, I'll leave this chart up here for you guys to take a look at, but this is something that I think a lot of players don't really reflect on that much, and there's not a real clear understanding of that. As you can see, it goes small, medium, big, great, massive, absolute. Which, one thing I would really like to see this game revolutionize and change is it actually says it boosts your card's attack or deck by X amount. Because really, how the hell are players supposed to know this? And is this always that your card will always boost this percent, or is there still that variable range? Not a lot of data on it, guys, but this is something that I wanted to clarify on, and I've talked about enough, so let's go ahead and move on. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that there's been a lot of God defense cards coming out, and I think one reason that is you are starting to see cards like Aspara, or however you enunciate that, Miss Watery Oblivion over here. They're an ungodly price for an HR card at whatever. I think that these things were once going for 55, 60 HP per. Get on the Bazaar system. Who knows what they're going for now. So I think that one thing that Rage of Bahamut staff saw is that they knew that there was way too much of a high demand for this card. Or they're like, alright, this card's kind of ran its course. Let's go ahead and introduce something, make the game kind of fair again. And then we're going to reintroduce something that, again, makes it unlevel. So they're always constantly creating that demand for people to buy card packs to try to get ahead in the game. So Mystic Fairy is one of the rewards that you'll see in this. And you can get 2 of these for coming in. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, so if you take 5,000 to 10,000 place, you get 2 of these Mystic Fairies and 3 Legend card packs. And it's one of those things, if you're a low-level player, then it's going to be a decent God Defense card, okay? And so let's go ahead and take a look at her stats. 815, which is what I would recommend for this card, because she'll probably be pretty cheap. It's 16,300 defense, or for a 4-7, you got 15,700 defense. So it's okay. It's a little bit weak on an SR level, unless you do an 815, and then it's just mediocre at best, okay? But taking a look at Mystic Fairy, and this Shield Angel, which was from the last event, which maxes out at close to 17,000 or 16,500, to Fairy Princess, which is not out yet, but it's something that I wanted to go ahead and show you guys, which would be closer to 18,000 or 17,350, to then Aspire, or Watery Oblivion, at 18,300 or 17,750. You can see a steady step pattern of it's gradually increasing, till you finally get to her, okay? Now, one thing that people have been asking me is, why is X card so cheap now? And one thing that I've seen is Holy War cards being uber cheap compared to what they used to be. An example would be a Witch Commander. They used to be a 35 HP card, and now they're going for 15, 16 HP if you find an okay deal on the bazaar. And it's just this, guys, with the new referral code bonus of when somebody reaches level 40, you get an HR pack. There's a massive amount of HR cards that are entering the game, so supply is high. Everybody's got one. You know, these cards don't degrade, they don't disappear. This commodity never gets used up per se unless you feed it. So the supply is already there, okay? And the demand never goes up because everybody's got one. And plus Holy War, people are starting to figure out that you don't necessarily have to have a Witch Commander in your deck. Some people want a stronger card rather than the bonus point boost, okay? So, as you can see, supply versus demand, that's an issue going on there. Another good example is Angel Queen. That card used to be worth a decent amount of HP. I know a while back I suggested when the Tears of the Moon event came out, and this was just a massive flood of Angel Queens on the market, is these things used to go for 3 HP per. Well, you get on there now, they're probably not 3 HP per, they're about 2 HP per. So still a 200% return on your investment, but not that additional 3 HP per, so people could have lost money. And the problem is that, or the reason that is that there's Archangel Queen out. So there's something better out there now. Which this card is a high rare, so it gives you a bigger skill point boost or skill level boost chance. Also, it's at least a 600 point boost up to a 900% boost. So rather than Angel Queen being that 3 levels to 4.5 levels for an excellent enhancement, got this thing which is 6 levels to 9 levels for an excellent enhancement. Okay? So what else is... Let's go ahead and talk about Devil Queen, which, guys, this is really where your bread and butter is going to come in. I pulled one of these. These things are going for about 85 to 100 HP right now. I sold mine for 84 because I think that they'll eventually be dropping. There's a card actually already out in Japan, which I'll be talking about pretty soon. People always ask me, what's the Devil Queen do? It gives you a very big boost to your skill levels. So people that use SSR cards or people that use legendary cards, once you get past level 6 and going back to that original chart, you scroll down a little bit more, it says, if this card's this rarity and you're using this rarity card to try to level up this skill, this is the percentage chance boost, which you've all probably noticed as the skill level goes higher, the percentage boost chance goes lower. Devil Queen is about the only way to actually get to level 7, 8, 9, 10 for SSR or legendary card. Otherwise, it takes a massive amount of rares and a massive amount of treasure high rares, excuse me. So that's why Devil Queen is so ungodly expensive, guys. But I think that this card will eventually drop, and it's because of this card coming out. Mini Devil Queen. Now, that's a high normal, okay, compared to the rare that she is, and it gets a 20% boost in skill leveling when used as an enhancer card. So, I don't know if that's for level 1, I don't know if that's for all levels. You know, there's still a lot of speculation around this, but since it's a high normal, chances are this is already a maxed out card. If not, then it could be maxed out to rare. Who knows what its level will be then. But this card already exists in Japan. Now, America, we're typically 6 months behind Japan. Now, if you noted, I already started talking about this card quite a few months ago. So somebody that has a massive stock of Devil Queens, I think they're putting too many eggs in one basket, okay? So guys, people out there that are really frustrated, I can't afford to get my skill level up, there's no way I compete. This card, rumor has it, comes out in the silver coin packs during Holy War. And y'all know, I think silver coin packs in Holy War is complete junk. Complete bullocks, okay? So, there's a little bit of an investment tip for you. There's a little bit of hope for you players out there that can't afford to spend thousands of dollars on the game. And that's the economy vid, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've shined a little bit more light on my thinking behind this, because sometimes I know it can be a little bit hard to follow. If you get one idea in your head, you might think, I don't think this guy's on the right page. But that's where I'm coming from, okay? If you have any questions or concerns or comments, because, hey guys, I'll admit, I mess up. I'm human. Call me out on it. Just do it in a constructive manner. Post in the comment section below. I'll do a little bit of research, and if I screwed up, guess what, guys? I'll let you know first thing in my next video. I've been called out before, and I try to make it right. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, if you have an extra device or an extra account, please use my referral code RUM26800. Gets you a free rare card, so rubies, and does the same for me. This is JBO785, signing out.